Okie dokie. Welcome back to the Surfing Analysis Podcast. I'm Liam.
I'm Dan.
And this is our third episode. We're going to do a little bit of a breakdown of the surf over at Margaret River Pro.
Yep.
And then we'll do a bit about sharks, the shark incident.
And how the comp got cancelled and a whole heap of stuff with that.
And then that's pretty much it for this one.
Yep.
We've got our first sponsor, the Beach House Physio. Yep. Head over there for all your surf injury needs. Mm-hmm. And they're down at Gold Coast. So if you have any injuries, look them up. They've supplied some beers for us.
Thanks, big fella.
Thank you very much. Beach House Physio. Legends.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so on another note, what have you been up to?
Well, we were speaking about in the last podcast, I went up and got the boat. So we ended up taking it out last weekend.
Mm-hmm. Got some fish. Yeah, got some sweetlet.
Got some sweetlet. Went to Old Woman Island.
Yeah, had a look around there. You've never been out there before?
No, I've never been out there. Bit of surf out there for people who aren't on the sunny coast. It's not a bad spot.
Yeah, so let's keep that on the down low a little bit.
Well, yeah, okay. Keep that on the down low.
But yeah, we got a feed and we didn't sink the boat.
We didn't sink the boat. The boat does sometimes want to sink.
Yes.
But it was quite good. Didn't take much water.
No, we didn't run into many things.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Many
I ran into the boat ramp once. It was only one time, so.
But we're alive, so it's good.
Successful.
Success.
Good. Okie dokie. So let's get straight into it. Margaret River, round one.
Round one. Yeah, it was a bit topsy-turvy. Like, the guys would get, like, maybe one good wave or two good waves for the guy that won, and then everyone else would be just getting smoked on the other ones. You know, they probably just had to pick those right ones, and all the other guys, you know, it might be a bit too fast or a bit, you know, it just didn't barrel.
Well, you got that, so they're surfing at North Point, so you got that first section.
Yeah.
Often, if you want to get deep on the first section, then the second section's not really open to you, or you sort of feather that first section, then you go through the second section.
And then it opens right up, yeah.
So a couple of guys having a bit of trouble reading it. Yeah, but still, a lot of dudes were doing well.
Absolutely, yeah. There was, you know, the big guys did pretty good at North Point, but then there was a couple of guys, like in the first heat, there was Keanu Singh, Matt Wilco, and Connor O'Leary.
Yeah. That was a good heat.
Keanu Singh got a really good barrel, not as good as Sebastian Zeitz' last year, which is
so if you haven't
perfect 10.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Zeitz' barrel from last year, go back and check it out.
Yeah,
probably the best barrel, like making a barrel, I think I've ever seen
in a competition.
Yeah, in a competition.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
He had no business coming out.
Gold. Oh, that's gold.
It was retardedly good.
But you know that heat, and then through the next couple of heats before the John, Mikey Wright and Wade Carmichael heat. Oh. That was a bit of fireworks. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was an amazing heat.
Yeah.
Like, all of them, like Wade Carmichael coming out of Bells, like, I was loving him, and, man, he was looking good. Like, he was, I think he got the lowest score out of him,
He did get the lowest score, but he only got one good wave, see, that was the problem, like, John and Mikey Wright both got sort of two good waves, but John just got the better of it.
Yeah,
even though
and Mikey,
they were all charging.
Mikey was looking good too.
Yeah, he was.
So, yeah, Mikey got in on this one.
Yeah.
He's looking good. He got in on Snapper.
Yeah.
Looking good. He
was getting fives and stuff, but those fives that they were throwing out there were actually, like, it was really good waves.
Yeah, well, how was it, the scoring of that round one?
Well,
they
tried to keep it low because they knew that there was potential for Sebastian Zeitz.
Crazy.
10.
But yeah, that was a good heat, and then the one after, the one Walsh,
Medina, and the new
and Juru. Walsh.
Kale Walsh.
Yeah, it's Kale.
Yeah, well, he actually rips.
Man, that heat was like just carnage. Like Juru got.
They didn't get any big scores.
Times.
They got fucking no big scores. The only person that got any big scores was Gabrielle.
Yeah,
but they were just charging.
Walsh, like. Oh my god!
Not Duru so much.
Like, Walsh, Jury just got eaten up a couple of times. But Walsh was just.
Yeah, he was.
It was epic.
Oh yeah, and even in the post heat thing, Gabriel Medina was like, he was just going. I'm like, that's a real big wave, and that's not the spot to be taken off. And he just went anyway.
Yeah, he said like, he's thinking in his head, don't do it.
Yeah,
and he just went it.
Yeah, so that's props to that fella.
Man, he he didn't mind copping them on the head at all. Wasn't scared of the rocks at all.
Yeah, so that's not even a rookie, not even he was just a wild card, just rolling the dice and going for it.
If you haven't seen the comp, those two heats, the John one in round 1, and then the one with Walsh and Medina, they're awesome.
But on that note, in the second round, Walsh he can surf. He beat Wilco in the second round. Yeah.
Oh, he can surf. He's just reckless as well.
Yeah.
I think did he run over the rocks in round 1 or round 2?
Round 2.
Of them.
Round 2.
That was doesn't care.
Yeah, no.
He was taking heaps of them and like being washed basically onto the rocks, and he was like, just regular day.
Yeah, out of those wild cards, like the other dude, the Delroy Carr fella.
Yeah.
He must have just been like a mad charger because local charger, because I saw him in his round 2 and he's not the best at he hasn't had defined turns. Like you can see the difference between the seasoned pros and him. Yeah. But if it was barreling, it'd be probably a different story
altogether. He'd probably be killing it.
Yeah.
But I was loving North Point. Like,
North Point was great.
Good surf.
But yeah, like as I said, there was so many low scores because of how hard it is.
Yeah. No, it was a good barrel, real different barrel, quite interesting. So I think a bit of local knowledge or knowing how to read it comes into play.
If they even surf at WA again.
They'll surf.
Yeah, I know, but like at least they've got more experience. Like they've got a couple of rounds there now, so if they do hold it again, they'll probably get better waves.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anybody else you want to talk about from round 1?
Round 1. Oh, Connor Coffin was charging, but he was just going over the falls, copping.
Yeah, he was going hard too.
Yeah, that was in like Toledo and
February.
February. Oh, February, your favourite.
Yeah, so
he's not doing that well.
Yeah, so with February, I'm so off him now.
he won his second round heat though, but his first round heat he didn't get any waves.
So he'd be going through the third round, but
I
don't know. I saw some of his highlights. I thought he was pretty badass.
I think
I've been hot on him, but he hasn't been performing.
I think it's just because he's new. He's a full rookie. He wasn't even going to be on the tour this year until Mick Mick left. Spot. And it's a whole new world compared to the WQS. He's probably just super nervous. Like I remember going in comps when I was younger and I've been super nervous and I was that shaky that it was hard to even get to my feet, sort of thing. Like you could get to your feet, but you'd feel not right.
Yeah, I think I'm probably judging him a bit harsh too. Like Colapinto's come out and looked great, but that's an outlier. Most guys, like you come onto the world tour, you're up against all the big guns. That's a lot of pressure. So. Yeah. But yeah. He hasn't been looking very good, unfortunately.
Yeah, I like Colapinto better.
Yeah, I like Colapinto. He's real good.
Other people that stand outs in at North Point, probably Joel Parko.
Yeah,
he was good. Other guys,
right hand barrels
would be like Jack Robinson. Obviously, he's from WA.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Robinson got on for this one.
Yeah, and Geordie got. That was we didn't say anything about that, but it was in the first round, second heat.
Second heat, yeah.
And he got above 10 score as well, but most of the other guys didn't get above 10.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Robinson, yeah, he can barrel surf. Like
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's good.
Well, he's won the Volcom Pro, and then last year he got to the final.
This year.
The semi-final.
Yeah, got a, what did he get?
Semi-final?
5th. He got a 5th, I think.
Maybe quarterfinal.
Yeah, so that's quarters, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, no, it'd be semi-final because of the amount of people that are in the heats.
Oh, okay.
Because there's 4 people in the heats.
No. Semi-final, there's 4 people left.
Yeah.
So they'll get the lower guys should get a 3rd, and then the 1st and the 2nd. So the guys in the quarters, they'd all get a 5th.
In the QS in that one, there's 4 people in the final.
There's 4 people.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
and
so he made the semis.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, round 2. Anything else? Walsh, again, we're saying, round 2. Who did he take down? I think he took down Wilco.
It was Wilco.
Yeah, it was Wilco.
Yeah.
He only got a 9.77, but that's because of those low scores. Like, he's surfing really good and still charging in that one.
Yeah, he was.
So.
And Wilco blew his wave to win.
Yeah.
He waited too long, and then he did his first turn and he blew it. And it could have been the score.
That rosemary smells really good.
Oh, we're making a lamb roast.
Yeah, I can all I can smell is the rosemary on. Oh, that does smell good.
It's going to be yummy.
All right, round 2. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, February did go through.
Meat.
What was the other one? Jesse Mendes. So
yeah, he surfed all right.
He surfs all right. He's very consistent. Yeah, he is consistent.
Yeah, so...
And he took out Tommy Hermes, the Hitman Hermes. So, yeah... I'm still not the biggest fan.
We're going to Brazil. We're going to a beach break.
Yeah.
He can go left.
Let's see.
He surfs pretty good.
Yeah, I want to see him surfing left.
Yeah.
All I've seen is backhand.
Yeah. He's legit, man.
And I did want to say, like, how good is, like, we were talking last time, how good's the Australian leg been?
It's been awesome.
Snapper's got swell for once.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Bells
had huge swell.
Yeah, it was pumping.
And then some of these waves coming through at North Point in round 1, man, they weren't small.
No.
They were big waves.
Sonkers, and then even when it got to round 2 at main break.
Yeah, main break looked
It was
good.
solid, and it was pumping.
Really?
They got barrels and stuff.
A really good start to the season. Like, often, sometimes I'm critical of Snapper because when you don't get a swell, well, it's a bit of a problem. And then sometimes, Margaret River can be a bit hit-miss, but man, this year, I'm super impressed.
Yeah, it's
been really good.
Yeah, prime waves. But yeah, now we're going to Brazil.
Yeah, so Brazil's next. They haven't put out the round 1 heats yet, so don't have too much to talk about.
Have you heard anything of the situation of the points with back at Margaret River? What they're going to do because now they're calling it off because of what we're about to talk about.
So let's move into the shark stuff a bit. So they've called it off, and now what's happening with the points? They're going to try and go back there. They've got to talk to, obviously, the surfers, see who wants to go back. Obviously, it's going to be all the guys who've gone through to round 3. They're the only guys you're really going to ask. So I would say most of them do want to go back. All the guys, like a third of the guys round 2 got dumped.
Yeah.
So, but
they don't want anyone else to
I don't think they're not going to get a say in it. It'll be all the round 3 guys will be like, well, I could make more money or I could get points for the championship.
Yeah. It's up to what they're going to do.
And the lower down guys, they get more points so that they can re-qualify for next year. And the higher guys, they're going for a championship. So they're going to want points too.
But if it all comes down to the points just get sort of like the points to all they got was to where they got up to and they never go back to the comp. Yeah, so those guys that got knocked out early, frothing.
Yeah. Well, the guys who got knocked out earlier, I still think they get round 2 points and round 2 money.
But what I'm saying is if they only give them to their round 3 points, like the guys that have made the round 3, and these guys have still got their round 2 points, they're frothing. Because if it doesn't happen again and they just get the points for how far they've gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they do with the points. That might be it.
Yeah.
I know with the money, the round 2 guys get their round 2 money. The guys who all went through to round 3, they're going to get all the money from round 3 through to the winner.
Yeah.
And then split it across the board.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Good for the young guys who maybe wouldn't go well. That'll be a nice bump.
Yeah, well, as to know, the comp actually got shut down because of 2 shark attacks very close to the area.
Yep.
There was a dead whale just on the other side of Margaret's.
I actually heard
it's been there for a couple of weeks.
I heard maybe even multiple whales.
Multiple whales.
I know it was a small whale. I don't know what type. It wasn't a humpback.
Yeah.
It was a big whale.
Well, anyway.
Maybe there was multiple whales. Yeah. Because I saw a little one.
Well, I saw Kieran Perro, the commissioner. Talk about it. He just couldn't do it with the safety, mate. If they got attacked during the competition, all their sponsors would be running away. It'd be in a debacle. What WSL would end.
There's been some criticism of it. You can't do. I'm really impressed with WSL.
They're good. They're going.
Yeah, they did good. Could you imagine all the sponsors?
It'd be out of control.
They've been ringing him all the day after those shark attacks going, can it? Because if somebody actually gets attacked, we've been quite lucky. So that Mick Fanning one ended terribly on TV.
Yeah.
And now this one, like, imagine, like, that could have been a competitor who got attacked because the guy who got attacked in the morning.
The Brazilian guy was like, isn't he?
He's working for the Margaret River Pro.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not saying that it's good that it's better that, like, some poor Brazilian guy working for the Pro get attacked over, like, a competitor getting attacked. Like, I'm not saying that, like, that's a good outcome. It's not a good outcome. But, say, for the publicity side, if a competitor got attacked in the event or even you know, surfing around the event, practicing, like, that's just worldwide bad news.
It is. Yeah.
And then we lose sponsors.
It's negative. Yeah. It's negative.
And then the other thing, like, okay, politically and for the sponsorship, it's a bad move. But, like, what about the surfer safety?
Oh, absolutely. That's why Gabriel Medina and
Italo
Ferreira, they were like...
they put a bit of pressure on it.
They said, look, man, we're not comfortable. Like, what, you know, we're paddling out trying to free surf and there's just sharks.
Well, John got chased out of the water. And then they droned it and saw it was another shark.
Oh, that was a different wave altogether, man.
Hey?
That was a different wave altogether.
Oh, then there was you're talking about the wave in the heat.
Yeah, that wave.
There was something in the wave. If you go back and have a look at John.
They reckon it might be a dolphin, but it looks sharky, man.
It did look a bit sharky. It was about the size of a dolphin, but, like, a shark's about the size of a dolphin.
Absolutely.
So, just too many things going on. And two shark attacks in one day, and then you go, oh, it's all good, we'll just put the surfers back out there. I'm not exactly scared of sharks, but when there's 2 shark attacks in one day, and there's dead whales on the beach, and guys are getting chased out of the water,
and I
probably would take the week off.
And they probably know that guy. If he works for the
guys
thing.
would have known him.
Absolutely, and just think about when Mick got attacked, no one died or anything.
Yeah.
Or got, like, really physically hurt, and they called it off. Because it's just not... It's not good.
You know, like, at what stage are you going to call it off?
Yeah.
And I think 2 shark attacks on one day, dead whales on the beach, John getting chased out. That's enough. That's enough to call it. Like, how much more do you need to call it? Like, that's enough.
That's right. But you've been looking up a bit about sharks, haven't you,
at uni, I've actually, it's been pretty funny over the last couple of weeks. I've been doing a bit of research on shark attacks and shark control.
Yep.
And just when this was happening. So I'll talk a little bit about that. So if you look at the numbers in Australia, there's not an increase of shark attacks at the moment. I know on the news we had a fair few, and we did have that spate on East Coast near us.
Yes, and that's going to pop
that 2 years was getting that was a lot of attacks. But since then, it's actually calmed down a bit. But if you look at the stats across Australia, there isn't any more shark attacks. Now, if you go have a look at WA, the last 2 decades, there has been probably a double sort of increase of shark attacks.
Yeah. But then I've looked at that thing,
graph.
And it goes up, mate.
Yeah,
so
it does.
Worldwide, it's going up.
Oh, that's right, yeah. The worldwide graph too is also shark attacks.
It's skyrocketing.
So, yeah, WA, there does seem to be an increase. What's causing it? There's a lot of theories, but, you know, they're theories.
Yeah.
We do know, like, the great whites in WA, they migrate, so they're not just necessarily hanging around the southeast corner of WA. They're moving up and down the coast, going down to South Australia, seal populations, all that jazz.
They do, but they also sometimes, apparently, they have, there is residential...
Yeah, there's usually, so with your shark control measures, like in Queensland where we live, we've got shark control measures. So they've got drum lines and they've got shark nets.
Yeah, and they're both ridiculous.
Yeah, they got, like...
They are. Well,
the problem with them is you're not just catching sharks. Well, one, you're not just catching your 3 major sharks. 3 major sharks, bull sharks, tiger sharks, great whites. You're catching... I went and had a look at the numbers. So Queensland government puts out Like
you're catching grey nurses.
Yeah, you've got your sharks, and then you got your bycatch.
Yeah.
So you're only really after those 3 sharks, and usually at a certain size. But we in Queensland, last year in Queensland, we killed three dolphins. We killed a number of turtles. A humpback whale, a newborn humpback whale, got killed down on the Gold Coast.
Yeah. Heaps of stuff, mate.
Yeah, so. You know,
and don't they even isn't there a thing with the deceased
okay, so
thing? Yeah.
So I found a little interesting thing with the stats coming out of Queensland. So previous to the last 2 years, they used to show with it's called the bycatch. So your animals which you're not targeting. Example turtles.
Yeah.
So they would show, all right, we caught a turtle on this day. And what was the fate of that turtle? Either it was released, or it was deceased.
Yeah, and now they're just leaving it blank.
Yeah, so what they've done in the last 2 years of the statistics of Queensland fisheries, they either say it was released, or they just leave the column blank.
Yeah.
So you know what blank means. Blank means it died, but it's like a political solution. Oh, we don't want to say that we're killing too many turtles.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how are we going to fix that? Well, let's just not say we're killing turtles. We're killing them.
Yeah, we'll
just leave it blank. We're not saying we're not killing them, but we just won't advertise that we are killing them.
Problem.
So there's a lot of controversy with, you're not just catching sharks. Okay, so with the shark control measures over in the WA, they're not doing nothing because over in WA they don't use drum lines and they don't use shark nets like we do.
Mm-hmm.
But they are having all these incidences of shark attacks and increased incidents.
Yeah.
So they tried in 2014, they tried a drumline trial for a couple of months, and they were seeing, what's the bycatch? Are we getting turtles? Are we getting sea lions? Things like that. They've put a lot of money into research, so they're trying to figure out why there's more attacks. They're doing a lot of tracking on the sharks.
Yeah, it's like catch and release. And
a lot of catch and release, and they put a little tag on them. So now you can see where the sharks are going. So they're doing a lot of work into it. They put up a rebate, if you want to get your personal, those electronic devices.
Yeah, for shark repellent.
Yeah, they do a rebate where they give you $1,000 if
really?
You want to go get it. Yeah, if you're a surfer or if you're a diver, because the divers are a big you're going abalone or whatever you're diving.
Well, mate, if it keeps going really badly, the government's going to step into for surfers.
They will
and make them pay for certain equipment to just go out.
Yeah.
Look at what's happening in Reunion.
Yeah. Okay, with the Reunion, so what we'll say, WA, there has been a double in attacks, but that's not crazy. There's something going on, but I don't think we're at the stage where I would be bringing in drum lines or nets.
No.
Because you're going to kill sea lions.
Are you going to kill all sorts of stuff?
You're going to kill humpback whales. Yeah. You're going to kill all your turtles.
I don't think that's a good thing. They should be looking at more of a widespread.
Trying to figure out a different way of controlling it.
Maybe the electronic devices, if they can have a big one that just goes.
And the drones.
Yeah.
Really, the drone is really good now.
To see.
Yeah, if you can see, there's a big shark and he's coming towards the beach, and you can get people out. That's a super good one.
Absolutely.
And now you brought up Reunion, so WA I think's okay, but
Reunion's a different kettle of fish altogether.
Yeah.
It's a different kettle of fish altogether. The authorities over there.
Yeah, so Dan,
we've got a mate, Oreo.
Yep.
A pro longboarder from over there. He has to live in France now because he can't surf in Reunion anymore.
Yeah, so you see a lot of guys on the tour who are French, like Flores.
Yeah.
A lot of them are from Reunion.
Yeah.
Flores is from Reunion
on, yeah.
So yeah, go on.
But they stay at France now because look, it's illegal to surf unless there's certain places where they've got it locked off and they actually have a free diver down there with a power head.
Yep.
Okay. That's when you can surf.
Yep.
Because the free divers seem to not get attacked as much because they're not sitting on the surface.
Well, they got a weapon too.
And they're at eyesight, level with them. Anyway, he was on his way to the airport to come over here for a surfing competition.
Yep.
I think it was Australian Longboard Open.
Okay, yeah.
And so he's come to the surfing competition. He's told me we were having dinner at the Kingscliff pub there, and he said, "Man, I got pulled over by the cops on the way to the airport because they thought I was going surfing." So he's cruising along. The cops have pulled him over.
Yeah.
And gone, "Mate, where are you going?"
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to the airport. And they're like, oh, well, is that like legit where you're going? He's like,
you're actually going to the airport.
And they gave him an escort to the airport just to make sure that he didn't go to surf.
That's how serious it is.
That's how serious it is, yeah.
Like, cops are escorting you. Like, you got a surfboard on your roof. They're like, what are you doing?
Oh, because there's still hardcore chargers out there that want to just keep surfing. Still guys surfing. They just want to surf, and they're getting eaten, man.
Yeah, so...
Like the bodyboarder.
Reunion Island, okay, this is how bad it is. Since 2011, it's been 22 attacks. And I think the fatalities, there was maybe 8.
There was a little kid in a surf competition that got eaten.
Well, a lot of their groms.
Yeah.
Like up-and-coming
like
surfers
pros, sponsored by Billabong, fully pumped, like ripping.
Yeah.
He was like 12.
Yeah. It's real sad. Actually, Kelly Slater came out last year. I think February there was an attack last year.
Something about the culling
and he said, they need to cull him. He got a bit of a,
you got a rap for it.
Yeah, he got a bit of a rap for it, but I'm in full agreement. Like I do love sharks and that, but with that many attacks in it, it's a small island.
Sooner or later you got to do something. Absolutely.
Yeah, you sort of need to do something.
That's taking away their their
tourism.
That everyone comes there to go snorkeling, to go in the marine, into the marine life, and to go snorkeling all through the corals.
Yeah, the island
surfing.
depends.
It all depends on that
tourism.
stuff. That's right. It's like it's a tropical island. What else do you want to do? You want to go in the water? You want to go? You want to have cocktails by the beach. You want to be at the beach.
Yeah, and the argument with that, like people say, oh well, it's natural, and the sharks were there first. You don't get like 22 attacks in one little island over 7 years. There's obviously too many sharks, or the behaviour of the sharks is too aggressive. What the reason is, I'm not sure, but that's not a balanced ecosystem.
Yeah, I think they actually blew it. There was something to do with the fishery stocks.
I have heard something like this.
But I don't know the exact thing, so I'm not going to go more into it.
Yeah, I've heard there was maybe a reason why they've had so many sharks come in there. But
the bull sharks came in.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah, but anyway, no good, because there's really pumping waves there too, so to all the guys over there...
Yeah, well...
Spewing.
Yeah, spewing, yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, hopefully, it turns around soon. But I do know they are doing some culling, like maybe taking 100 sharks or different breeds of sharks a year. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they are doing something about it, and hopefully, that situation turns around.
Yeah.
Back with the WA thing, I just wanted to mention one thing. Yeah, so a lot of people talk, we should bring in shark nets and drum lines. They're two different things, but one interesting thing with shark nets in WA is great whites don't really get caught by shark nets. Tiger sharks will run into them, bull sharks will run into them, but there's something with maybe it's a sensor thing, or maybe they're just a bit bloody smarter, because all a net is, it's just a net, and you wrap yourself into it. You're pretty much killing off the dumbest of the dumb sharks.
Yeah, they just go,
they're like, stuck. Maybe the visibility's real bad, and they're chasing something, they run into it, but you basically got to fall into the net to get caught.
A lot of the nets don't even go, they don't go to the
bottom.
No, they
don't go to the bottom.
But that's bad anyway, because that's like a gill net. That's just like anything that passes
through anything. Maybe, big swell pushes animals into it.
Yeah, it's not a good
thing. But, shark nets in WA, they're not really going to fix the problem, because you've got migrating great whites. Yeah. That's their main issue, is the great whites. So
it is.
Anyway, that was a bit of a...
That was the shark fest,
that was,
pretty much.
A bit of a shark episode. So I've been really into the sharks. It's a real shame that those attacks happened over there.
Because I wish the surf was still going, because it was pumping, and there'll be a lot more to talk about in this episode because of the pumping waves, but we sort of got shark baited.
Yeah.
And we got drumlined out of there. So.
And definitely hoping that poor fellow, the Brazilian guy.
Yeah, hope he recovers.
I heard both legs were bitten, so that makes me think that was serious.
Oh, serious.
The guy in the afternoon, he just had a little lack. I
saw the footage of that, and he was like, he was rolling up, he was just walking it off.
Yeah,
but it was a massive cut. Like, Yeah. It was a massive
Yeah,
cut.
it's a big laceration, but it's not something that's going to affect you for the rest of your life.
But both of them could have died.
Yeah. So at least they survived.
Yes. But on another note as well, the girls.
Oh,
surfing North Point.
Yeah, let's move on.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good.
They a couple of them charged.
It was looking a bit hairy for a few of them.
Some of them got pounded, and a lot of them got found out.
Yeah.
Just taken off on the shoulder and not really doing too much. I won't name too many names because they're from around here. All
right.
But
yeah.
I'd suggest to them to go in between. There's a fair bit of time in between these next comps.
Yep.
So I'd suggest go find some heavy water and just start charging.
They're starting to do a lot more of that, Fiji.
Yeah.
Charging. Who's the girl who's done some of that big wave stuff? Do you know which one that is?
Oh, there's a few in the actual CT, but a lot of the big wave girls aren't on the CT anymore.
Oh, okay.
They're just going.
No, it was one of the CT.
I think it's Keela Kennelly.
Okay, yeah.
But there was even in that North Point, and not just North Point, but that at North Point that Malia Manuel nearly hit the rocks, and then the jet ski came.
Oh yeah, and the jet ski went
over
the
rock, and then Malia hit the rock.
She went flying. Yeah, she's hit the rock and went flying.
She got an injury out of that, and she couldn't surf. If they held more hits,
she wouldn't be able to surf.
Couldn't surf.
Yeah, I heard she did maybe a tear to her MCL, medial collateral ligament.
Oh, there you go. He's onto it.
I've done 2 of them, so it's the inside ligament of your knee, and I've done both when my foot slipped on the board. It just stretches out the inside of your knee.
But the girls would be a bit wigged out about Margaret River in general because that sort of stuff's happening.
Yeah.
And then you go to main break, and most of the scores is on the right-handers, which you got to pretty much do a turn on the end.
Yeah.
On the bricks, these rocks come out of the water.
Yeah.
Fully cut up another girl's foot.
Yeah.
I forget who that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she
it's hairy out there.
Yeah, it's hairy.
So that jet ski
running
over the
Wild West, man.
Yeah, it is Wild West. Yeah. And big waves, rocks,
and
a whole heap of different breaks. It's a good event.
Props to the girls for charging.
Yep.
And
And we did a little bit of research earlier on Malia Manuel. We found a video, the sweetest punch in the face. So
watch that.
If you've never seen that, maybe have a little look. I'm not exactly sure what the video is meant to do, but
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I like probably a bit more of that. All right, well that's pretty much it for this one.
That's the end of the show, guys.
We're going to do the podcast after the Brazil event.
Yep.
And we might
even bring Gabriel in.
Yeah, so we're going to bring in our mate Gabriel. He's Brazilian, living on the sunny coast.
Yep.
And he's going to have a little look at some of the other surf breaks, in Brazil that they could use, because obviously Rio's
just a beach break. It's usually a shitty beach break. It has been. But
so
hopefully they score some good waves with Banks.
Yeah, hopefully it works out good. If not, we'll check a few breaks and we'll let you know how they were at the same time of the comp.
Yep. Well, check us out on YouTube.
Yeah, so our YouTube channel's the Surfing Analysis Podcast. If you got any questions or you want us to talk about anything, just ping us a message on that. Also, you can find Dan at
Facebook under Daniel Reyes.
Daniel Reyes, and you can find me, Liam, on Instagram, Liam Cunningham Photography, or my Facebook is Liam K Cunningham. Any surfing stuff, just hit us up.
All right.
Okie dokie. Well,
see you guys.
See you guys.